2570 on the 955 there, departing from the stop on Collier Road. Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. It is the 16th of April 2024, end of the April school holidays. I still have a day off today on the Tuesday. And the Bayswater Bus Interchange will finally be opening on this weekend, Sunday. After all that construction with the new platforms and stuff. So there's going to be a lot of changes to the bus routes around here, especially the Guildford Road routes. So I thought today would be the perfect opportunity to come and film, since it's a weekday and I still have the day off. And I just took the 355 from Vangara, because I was already there earlier, to Henley Brook, and then the 955 all the way to here. And that was really fast, actually, faster than if I would have gone to the city by train. So all by bus. And today is really the day of perfect connections. I've just checked everything. I perfectly connected between 355 and 955, and now I've perfectly connected here to a 48 from this shared bus stop on Collier Road, and then this will later perfectly connect to a 41, and then the 41 will perfectly connect to a 42, so it's all perfect. But all these routes that I'm listing right now are changing: 48, 41, 42, and as well as 55, so all the Guildford Road routes will be undergoing changes. So first of all, 48 will be staying the same, the actual route, but it will be renumbered to just 40, so that the numbers are more in line with the other routes. So we're not going to see 48 anymore, which is why I'm just over here to film it. It's going to come out of that street in a second. There were actually proposed changes to 48 around here just before it reaches Bayswater Station after coming from Morley, but with the community consultation, people rejected it, and now nothing's going to change. They're just going to stay as it is, but it's going to be renumbered to 40. Now, the 41 is also staying as it is, but is being extended from its current street terminus in Bayswater to the new Bayswater Bus Interchange, which means that just the current terminus stop and the stop after it in the inbound journey will no longer be served. So we're going to go check those out. Whoa, 3151, super new bus over here, going this to Morley bus station. The 42 is going to be rerouted to permanently always go past Maylands Shopping Centre, so the deviation which currently exists is not part of the route anymore. But that means it's not going to serve a few stops in Central Avenue, which it was just going to be removed, those stops. But again, with the community consultation, it's just a few stops, but a lot of people complained, because that area in Maylands is one of the most highly densely populated areas. So a lot of people complained, and to resolve the issue, they're introducing new 43. Here's 2010 gas bus on 48. 43, which is literally exactly the same as the current 42. It's the same thing, so the current 42 will basically become 43, still serving those stops on Central Avenue and having the deviations to Maylands Shopping Centre, which is crazy. So many routes now around there. 42 and 43 almost exactly the same. It's so weird. But it's also because the final route, number 55, is going to be renumbered to 45, and it will no longer even go to Elizabeth Quay along Guildford Road. It will be a feeder service between Bayswater and Bassendean, with a very commuter-style timetable with much higher frequencies during peak periods. And it's going to have a little route change through Ashfield, so it doesn't travel through the industrial area, and instead around the other side of Tonkin Highway, where there's a little unconnected part of the community where the airport line actually runs right under in the tunnel, but obviously there's no station there for them. So we'll go check that out on the first day as well, or one of the first days. But we need to film the stops being removed in Ashfield as well. But as a result of that 45, 55 no longer going to Elizabeth Quay, they need another route to replace it on Guildford Road to maintain the frequency, which is the 43, but they could have just increased 42 frequency and maybe made new deviations to Central Avenue instead of a whole new route, but whatever. There's just two routes now which are almost exactly the same. Anyway, yeah, that's all the route changes explained. We're going to be filming all the stuff being removed now, as I always do, to keep a historical record. That was a really long explanation here on Collier Road. So yeah, that's what's changing. Some of the frequencies will be changed up as well. The new bus station will be in use at Bayswater, but the 999, 998 and 40 will still be stopping at the current stops on the street, so they don't have to loop around. Now this bus seems to be a little late. It should come around the corner any second. 48 for one of the last times before it's changed to 40. And then we'll head down to the 41 terminus. Yeah, that's pretty much everything that I wanted to say. So it's been a while. All these routes have existed for a long time, so it's good to go. I mean, it's good that there's some changes now, and it's time to film them. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, the 42 and 43, their terminus is also changing. So currently, when they reach the end of the Maylands Peninsula, they turn left, and the terminus is right there. Now they're going to turn right and terminate at the Maylands Boat Ramp. So that's another minor change, but again, another terminus change. So both the 41 and 42 will have their current street termini changed. So we're gonna go visit both of them for the last time, well, one of the last times on this Tuesday weekday, and film them. Yeah, I'm just waiting for the 48 to come out of there now. Okay, there it is, 2397 I think it is. 48 on Collier Road. Here we are now on the 48, passing by Bayswater Station. The new bus interchange will be opening in only a few days' time. We also have a completely smashed window at the back here, great quality. Well done, 2397. Yep, there's the bus interchange being ready, built up. But we're just stopping under the bridge, as the 40 will continue to do so. And they're putting up a sign about the bus interchange and routes over here. Typical path transit with its smashed windows. Nah, it's just pretty random. Here we are, 48 on Guildford Road, and the 55 on that stand as well, not to be seen again. Anyway, we need a sprint now, sprint to the 41 terminus. It's leaving in 3 minutes. Now here are already the new bus signs put up for the 41 after the change here on Sutherland Street, King William Street intersection. But actually the 41 is already going here today because there's a road closure, so it's running down here anyway. And the new bus stops are here as well. If we look around the corner, right here, on either side of the road, with that message. Let's keep running. And here we are at the current terminus stop on Leake Street, 2710 over here. And another perfect connection. I just sprinted across the park from the 41 on the other side to get here. Here's the 42 deviation stop with the 42 on it. This is gonna change to 43 soon. And there's the bus, 2772. I've already filmed this deviation, so I'll link it in the corner. But this is just one of the last times here. That's such a perfect connection. The 41 just turned up the road where the 42 also deviates, but 42 already went past. So I got off, ran across the block, the park, and got here just on time. Okay, here we are now on Clarkson Road. This is the very end of the Maylands Peninsula, and literally across the river there is Great Eastern Highway, which is like 500 meters away. In Rivervale or whatever, but you can't really get there, you have to go all the way around. So this is just a very small change. The bus is over there, as you can see. About to go back, doing another deviation. That's a long shot. I'm going to go back and do a closer shot in a second. I just want to show you over here. So this is Tranby Road. I think actually the bus destinations is Tranby Road from memory, which is weird because really it's on Clarkson Road. Or yeah, I don't know why it says that, but it just turns left, it goes down to a roundabout and U-turn. That's no longer going to happen because it is now going to turn right, head past that old Maylands water park, which is now much more minor than it used to be. And then it's going to turn left and terminate at the Maylands Boat Ramp. As you can see the sign there, which I don't really know what that spot looks like, but we'll go and look once the bus does head there. And there's also a new pair of bus stops right here as soon as the bus turns right. These are now the closest stops to the current terminus, which is literally super close. There's the terminus, so no problem. If you used to use that stop, you just come down here now. And of course there will be two routes here, 42 and 43. Both will be duplicating all the way down the peninsula, which is so weird, but okay. Almost a whole the same as I said before. So we just managed to catch a 42 on its deviation there one of the last times, and I'm also going to go back up maybe and take a shot of it on Central Avenue for one of the last times before 43 starts coming there. Again, here we have the same message as for the 41 stops. It's cool that they've already put everything in. We might actually take a stroll down to the boat ramp so we can watch this bus also depart from the outside and see another one terminating, although then I'm going to have to walk up because there's no return trip per an hour. Yep, there it is. So that's the intersection right here, and the bus down there. I'll just wait for it to depart, I guess. Here it goes now, departing. The next one's in an hour, so I'm just gonna have to run back up. And we're gonna wait for the terminating one to come down right now as well. Yeah, so let's just take a quick look at the Terminus stop while it's not occupied. Pretty nice under this tree. It's been here for many years. I have some photos on my computer back in 2015, I think, when I came here. It was one of my first times on an articulated bus, because I used to only go out like once every 2 months with my parents, obviously, because I was like 7 or something, 8 in 2015. So I was like so surprised it was an Arctic bus, and I was so excited. Anyway, here's the stop being removed, 42 to Elizabeth Quay bus station. Timetable has been here since 2023 because there were some changes. You can see all of it on there, including the shopping centre deviation, AAA, most of them on weekends. This bus stop will be deleted, again that message there. And they covered the route information with the deleted message as well, which I'm just peeling it off so you can quickly see the stop name. I'll put it back on here. Clarkson Road, Tranby Road is the name. Yep, it's also being removed. Make sure to put it back. And this up here, that's dated 2020, so there must have been a few changes. Okay, anyway, yeah, that's the bus stop. Gonna be gone, so all the accessibility works here were useless when they did them. There it comes, turning left. Tranby Road. U-turn. And into the terminus, which is being removed. Well, it's already changed the Desto to not in service, but I do have another shot of it with the proper Desto one, which I'll just insert now. It's just a picture. Someone else took it, because I'm not waiting for another service here now. Anyway, no more buses will be seen turning down here, and as you can see, it does have the wrong Desto, Tranby Road. It's not actually, that's Tranby Road, so it should say Clarkson Road, but okay. And later it's gonna say, what, Maylands Boat Ramp or something. That's gonna be so weird. I don't know why he's just sitting there now, even though he doesn't have a return trip. I guess he's just waiting for his scheduled arrival time. Okay, now I need to run back 3 kilometers to Central Avenue. We'll go to the boat ramp stop as well, take a quick look. Okay, so here we are. This is pretty ridiculous. I literally ran here in just over a minute, so it's really not much of a difference in terms of how many passengers the bus can serve. I guess just these people now get a bit of a closer bus right down at the end here. Although this does look more like a terminus than just that random U-turn spot. The road's no through from here on, so the bus will turn left. There's already a turning circle here, which is perfect, although the road it's not accessible at all, and they've only put a small pole, unfortunately, not a big one like at the current terminus, even though there's going to be 2 routes here now. And of course double the frequency with those 2 routes. Only a half an hour wait it would be, instead of the hourly frequency on weekdays right now, in the middle of the day. So we'll come back here eventually, probably on the Friday next week after school with the new route. But yeah, this will be a cool terminus. The bus might have to pull really to the side though to avoid blocking the road if anyone wants to come in, especially with a boat. And it's actually really cool because there's this whole information thing here talking about the history of the area, so that's really nice at the end of a bus route. About the planes, actually, the Maylands Aerodrome, one of the first airports in Perth. You can see there a lot of history about it, so that's a cool thing if you've ridden down to the end. Plus it's a nicer looking terminus. Look at the view, you got the river there, you can actually see water. It's very nice instead of the other one, even though it's also right next to the water. Yeah, I'm not gonna film everything, all of these poles. Come check them out yourself if you want. There's a lot of information. And then the bus will turn around here and exit back here to head back the other way. And there's a toilet block here as well, which the drivers will probably use on their layover. So, ow, oops, steps. Yeah, so that's pretty good. Here's a really unique perspective you get of Optus Stadium from the Maylands Peninsula. Directly from the east, it looks like. That's really cool. I can't believe there's a train station right there. That's Perth Stadium Station is literally closer than Maylands Station for all these residents, which seems so wrong, but it is. Yet, you have to go up to Maylands because there's no bridges. See, this is where a ferry system would come in use. But there's a lot of bushland here, so it will be a lot of work. Anyway, let's keep running up this PSP all the way up the peninsula. Another great shot over here, the city, the stadium, and all the earthworks for the Busspotting Peninsula project. A lot of sand up there. I can see A series on the Armadale line on the bridge. You can see the Armadale line, but not the Midland line. I've ran here once before on one of my normal running trips, but that was at night actually, which looked pretty cool as well with all the lights. And there was a lot of mosquitoes, so don't recommend. Anyway, we're back up near Central Avenue now, but a bus just went past right now, so useless to run anymore, I guess. We'll film the next one. Alright, we're over here in this lovely park now by the banks of the Swan River, Brandon Park. There's a really good view down at the shoreline, pretty much similar to what we saw before though, the stadium and the city. The border of Maylands in Mount Lowley actually cuts right through this park here. But this is very close to Central Avenue now, so as you can see, all these houses over here which currently have their closest bus service right there would have lost the service if the normal proposed changes went ahead. But now with the new 43 they are saved, they still have a service. So let's go and just walk out to Central Avenue now and take a look at the two stops there, and we're just gonna watch 142 come past there for the last time. Alright, here we are. This is the basically critical stop for the existence of the 43. Just because of this stop here, which is a time stop, they're going to be making the new 43 route. You can see it on either side of the road. It really doesn't look like anything special here. There's not much significance. It's just there's a few little apartment blocks down the road there, and also this one here, right outside the stop, which then increase the density a little, and the houses are a bit smaller than usual. So this stop will obviously still be here. It's just gonna change the number, which is why just a quick look when it still has the 42 on it. Otherwise nothing is going to change. And the 43 is still doing deviations to Maylands Shopping Centre, even though the normal 42 route will now be going there. Will allow for these residents here, any elderly residents, to still take a quick journey over to the shopping centre by bus. So that's that side. And quickly look on this side. And there's actually another stop around the corner, which we'll just run down to now. A very old bus arrow sign here, showing how historical the alignment of this route is. And here's the other pair of stops outside this Celebration store. This side's just a pole, so obviously nothing's going to change since it doesn't have the route number in it. Even got an embayment here. And the other side has a shelter, It's 3:20.
3:20?
Yeah.
Okay,
Well, there was that stop, but that was a quite unsightly sight to see. There was a woman, an Aboriginal woman at the bus stop there, which her whole face was bleeding, like she was just like physically assaulted waiting for the bus, and she just casually asked me for the time. You would have heard me answer there. That's really strange. And there was also some angry dog which I heard, so I quickly ran back up here because I do not want to be dealing with that. Anyway, we're gonna see the 42 come past right now down the hill of Central Avenue and round the corner. This is a non-deviating service here. Future bus. $16.83 right there. And gotta run up to Guildford Road now for the 55. Okay, here we go. This is just one of the typical Guildford Road stops just before the 42 turns in. So it's not on there, but it will be soon since it will continue straight while the 43 will turn in and not be on the pole. This will say to Bayswater Station. This will have to move above that as the 40, and 55 will become the 45. Now it was actually going to be 44 in the original consultation, keeping with the theme of the two digits being the same. But then, I don't know, the 48 was going to be the 43, so it would have just been 41, 42, 43, 44. But then they had to add the 43 because of the Central Avenue complaints, which is already assigned there for the 43 actually. They've already changed it. Look at that, right there. If we can take a closer look. As you can see, 43, turn right here. Now, the 44 was also the, obviously, rail replacement for Bayswater when it was closed between Meltham and Bayswater. So they actually skipped that number now and instead use 45, maybe hinting that there might be a need to use that again just before the Ellenbrook line opens or something, the 44. And also, actually, I haven't even mentioned, there's another new route, 46, operating from Bayswater Station to Bayswater Bus Depot, which is such a short route, literally 5 minutes, as well as some extension trips to Morley Bus Station and to Railay Road in Bayswater, where the current 48 deviates to, which you probably won't anymore, as the 40. Instead, the 46 serves that. But that route is going to be weekdays exclusive and hourly all day, including peak periods, which is so bad. I think they just added it in as an extra thing for when buses go back to the bus depot. There's going to be a terminus right outside Bayswater Bus Depot, which is so weird. Even though the PDF timetable actually shows it at a park near the bus depot, not at the actual bus depot, so I don't know why. That's a bit strange, but yeah, that's going to be so weird as well. Then one of the new shortest route. Every single time there's bus changes, they put in a new pointless route, I've noticed. And also, once the Ellenbrook line does open, the 46 will extend to Morley Station, which is very close to Bayswater Bus Depot. So it's just going to be like a minute or two longer. And then that's going to be one of the quickest train station connection routes, if not the quickest on the network. About 8 or so minutes between Bayswater and Morley, while the train will take like 4. So it's just double the train. So really, if you just miss an Ellenbrook line train, you'll be able to actually get on the 46 if there is one. And they'll probably increase its frequency. And then quickly go up to Morley and still catch the same train, just without having to wait at Bayswater, which will be so funny. Anyway, we're getting on the 55 now. I know I'm really extending this video, but I'm covering every possible aspect of the changes. We're gonna get in this 55. It's been over an hour since I was on the bus, since I filmed the 42 leave the terminus. The next one's really gonna leave there now, but anyway, I ran all the way up here. The 55 will no longer be serving a few industrial streets in Ashfield, as I said, right after the Tonkin Highway. Instead, it will turn before the Tonkin Highway and serve that extra pocket of houses there. There's one on the other side right there, 2184, and there's one right here, 3311. There it is, 55, 3311 departing. So yeah, we just traveled through that section. The Tonkin Highway is right there. So actually one of those stops is also still in this residential area. They're not all in the industrial area. And on the website it said like, these stops are some of the least patronized stops on the network, so it doesn't matter if they're removed. But in fact, I saw 2 of the 4 stops used, which is pretty weird. But one of them was just around the corner, so they can just use this stop, which will still exist. As you can see, bus left. The new sign is here. It is better though with the change, because there is a whole like community of houses on the other side of Tonkin Highway, which has existed there for a decade, and they never got a bus, and they always had to walk all the way out to Guildford Road or to this side of the highway, which there's a little underpass road under the highway just down there, which is so weird. It's gonna be so weird having buses go through there, but I think we'll go there on the day when the new route starts operating. We don't have to look at it in this video. This is more about the changes. So the bus just comes straight down this road. In fact, I might go over to the next stop, which will be withdrawn. Now, it's pretty stupid in the stop. It says from the above date, route 55 will be withdrawn, which is true, especially since it won't go to Elizabeth Quay anymore. But they should say that 45 will be replacing it, not just that. And then it says this bus will be deleted as usual. And yeah, it's pretty unfortunate now. Passengers are sort of forced to use the train if they live around here. They either have to go to Bayswater, use the train, to Bassendean, use the train, because the Bassendean terminus is pretty much next to the train station, just on the other side, or they can walk to Ashfield Station, which is their actual closest station, but it's not served by buses. Now, of course, their closest track here is actually the airport line, which the tunnel is just under here. Imagine if they still built stations like they did at the distance in the heritage lines. There would probably be a station here just for this area. That would be so cool. On the airport line, a little underground station. But nah, the tracks are just under there. Can't go there. But what's going to happen right now actually as well is I'm about to take the Oddity service for the 55, which I've never taken, which is pretty much what the future 45 is going to be, as it actually terminates in Bayswater. It's the only trip of the day not to go to Elizabeth Quay bus station right around now, which is the end of school time, 3:50, which actually terminates in Bayswater on Guildford Road at the stop where we got off the 48 earlier in this video, which is so weird. So it's very similar to how the 45 will be, but then 45 will obviously just turn up King William Street and terminate on at Bayswater Station. So we're just gonna take it and see the weird desto, 55 Bayswater, Guildford Road, or whatever it says, maybe King William Street, which I've never actually seen before, but it'll be a normal thing in the future anyway, just with 45. So here we are, another one of the stops being removed. Also, these are both accessibility updated, although there's no path next to the road, so what's the point of this? You can just cross between the stops, and that's it, and it's not even aligned. Yep, you can see that message there. Just a normal pole, and then there's more around the corner and down the street there. So let's just wait for this service now. Here it comes a few seconds later. Yeah, it says King William Street. he already put the not in service tester on, but there it is. Terminating on King William Street. Such a weird route, just forces everyone to get off. But there's literally a 48 right behind it. That was perfect timing, although it could have not been. And it could have already gone past. Just there. That is good timing if it works out like that. I don't know where he goes now, not in service. Maybe like Morley bus station or something, or back to the depot. But it wouldn't always work out like that, and they might have a long wait for the next service, especially since this one's, well, no, circle route doesn't go down where they want to go. So that's useful for them that the 48 is right there. Yep, here comes to pick up these 3 passengers, which obviously didn't know about this stupid once a day terminating thing. Why does it exist? Well, it'll be removed now anyway. And obviously 48 will not be seen anymore either, as we established earlier in the video. There's a 48 on the other side as well, just now. There goes this one. Why is he reversing? Okay, so that was the 55 with its routes being changed. And of course no more buses will actually go straight across here, except the 900 express train replacement, if it'll ever come back, which it probably won't. Now, one more stupid thing I noticed on these bus stops while I was on the 55. What the hell is this? 55 to Basildine via Maylands. We're already way past Maylands. We're in Bayswater and it says that. What the hell? Thank God that's going to be removed. And here it says upcoming bus stop closure. That's not true. This bus stop's not being removed, unless it's just being removed from the route, even though buses will still pass here with the 40, but okay. Now let's go back around the corner to Bayswater Station. We'll take one more shot at the 48 under there, and then I'll go to the 55 terminus in Basildine for a shot there, and then that's finally the end of this very comprehensive video covering all of the changes happening, as well as that Oddity. Pretty cool. Everything seems to be perfect timing right now to get everything that I want. Yep, here we are at the Bayswater Station Street bus stop with the 48 on it. Gonna be changing to the 40. This was only placed here in February this year. Let's go to the other side where there's actually going to be a Bayswater terminating service coming in right now, so that will be good to film. Here's this pole. Nice wooden waiting bench there. Now obviously routes turning out from the bus interchange like the 41 and stuff will not be stopping here as well. That would be ridiculous. The closest stops on the network. This is basically a stand of the station, even though it's not marked as one. Or maybe it will be later, I don't know. And here's the Terminating 48 TP 2008. Nice. Not in service. And here we are now right by Basildine Station in the Basildine town centre, ready to watch the 55 terminate. The stop is right there. I'm not next to the station, it's just because there's no track crossing that it just terminates here instead. So obviously this will be 45 as well, so just like I just filmed that 48 at Bayswater, I'll quickly film this 55 which I got here just in time again. Everything is so perfect today as he comes in and terminates. And there's the shot at the terminus. And just a quick extra shot of a 55 here in the city to Bassendean town centre. That Desta will not be seen in the city anymore. Here's the William Street stand of the 48 and 55 and 41 not to the station on here. We'll just see a 48 come through as well on the other side. And here we have 48 on Wellington Street, 3403. Yeah, okay, that's enough city clips now. Alright, thanks for watching this video. I've now covered every single change, all the termini of the routes which are being changed, every single thing possible. That driver was looking quite weirdly at me. He's probably gonna radio now because he stopped there saying that someone's filming, but whatever. I know this is a really long video, but I'm glad to have covered everything before it all changes. These routes have existed for years, the common Guildford Road routes, decades even, and now everything's changing. I've been on buses for 4 hours now, making this long video, running around to all the stops, and I think it's time to get back to some trains now, although I did just take one from Bayswater to here, but that was just a quick one. So now this video is finally fully complete, comprehensive display of all the routes which are being changed. Oh, there's some nightly closures, I didn't even realize. So thanks for watching. As I said, we're gonna head up on the Bassendean footbridge now with a nice view of the city in the background. I know this video is probably like almost an hour long now, but it's not really about the entertainment, it's more about being a historical record for the future of old routes, which obviously don't exist for routes from decades ago, but now they will always exist for routes in the 2020 era. So that's good. Bye.